Within the first 24 hours, 3 U.S. service members are dead in the war with U.S. and Israel versus Iran.
It's just the way it is. Those were the words spoken by President Donald Trump when giving a speech to the American people about the 3 service members who have lost their lives in this unjustified, unsanctioned war against Iran. Ladies and gentlemen, this president is fundamentally removed.
I don't take it for a joke at one bit. Please don't go messing with our power grids.
I have heard all of this before. I am an Iraq War veteran. I heard the exact same things being said. No war with Iran.
Iran, hey, how y'all doing? I just want to confirm we're good, right?
Now, let me just say this from what we are seeing online. A lot of black Americans are basically distancing themselves from Donald Trump right now. Many of them are saying they had nothing to do with the situation. They didn't vote for him. Some are even making videos telling Iran, look, whatever that is happening in between your government and the US government, please understand that the ordinary people, especially black Americans, had nothing to do with that. They are basically asking to be left out of whatever conflict that might come out of this. So let's watch these clips and see what people are saying. Then we will come back at the end and talk about it. Remember to like the video and leave your comments down there in the comment section.
So 3 U.S. service members are dead, according to the Associated Press and Forces Command. Okay, and 5 others are said to be injured so far. Now, this is a short span of time. Donald Trump started this war from the comforts of his home, Mar-a-Lago, the 28th February 2026. Today is the 1st of March 2026. Already, we have 3 U.S. service members reportedly dead, 5 others injured. Okay, now, how it's going to play out. The bodies will return. I think they come through Dover Air Force Base in Delaware. Okay, that's where the bodies usually come home to, draped in an American flag covered casket. You know what I'm saying? Now, the question I see a lot of people asking, will Donald Trump be there to receive these dead U.S. service members? I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. But what I do know is Donald Trump started the war from the comforts of his home, Mar-a-Lago. So I don't know that he'll be in Dover to receive the bodies of the first casualties of that war, dubbed Operation Epic Fury, with Israel. So to the service members, may they rest in peace. Condolences to the family members and friends, and keep supporting your troops, right? Because they need it at this point in time. But Donald Trump did say to expect casualties. Remember, he said that in his speech when he started the war. Expect casualties. So quickly, you're seeing the casualties already. You understand what I'm saying? You have family members and friends in the United States military serving. Pray for them. They need it at this point in time. Stay safe. Peace.
It's just the way it is. Those were the words spoken by President Donald Trump when giving a speech to the American people about the 3 service members who have lost their lives in this unjustified, unsanctioned war against Iran. Ladies and gentlemen, this president is fundamentally removed from the consequences and the reality of the decisions it is that he makes. And we as the American people are bearing the full brunt of it. To tell the mothers and the fathers, the sisters and the brothers, the aunties and the uncles and the grandparents of these service members who have lost their lives that it's just the way it is beyond belief. This war could have been avoided. Donald Trump fundamentally set us on this collision course when he ripped up the Iran nuclear deal that Barack Obama signed in his administration. This never had to happen. And over the last 48 hours, I've been asking myself, Has America not learned its lesson? Did we not learn anything from the days of Saddam Hussein? Did we not learn anything from the days of Gaddafi? These wars in the Middle East lead us nowhere. And something people must fundamentally understand. Yes, the Ayatollah of Iran is evil by all stretches of the imagination. But the idea that we can go in and topple this regime and think that the people of Iran will be able to rise up and claim their freedom is beyond me. The IRGC has been bred since their birth to uphold Sharia law, to uphold the Ayatollah. They will not sit idly by and allow the people to reclaim whatever freedom they once had, not without bloodshed. This was not the United States fight, and this war could have been avoided. And to tell the American people that service members losing their lives is just what we'll have to accept is unacceptable.
I do not want war with Iran. I don't care what a foreign government says. I don't care what paid influencers say. I do not care what the mainstream media wants. I do not care what the DC warmongering industrial complex wants. I do not want war with Iran. First of all, I have heard all of this before. I am an Iraq War veteran. I heard the exact same things being said when I was a 20-year-old kid being sent to Iraq. We were told that it would be over in a couple of weeks. We were told that this was necessary. 10 years, thousands of American soldiers' deaths later, and over 100,000 Iraqi deaths later, we all found out that the war in Iraq was a total scam, and I see this exact same thing happening here in this country, and I am saying I do not support this. I do not want it. You can say what you want about me. A lot of people are saying lots of things about me that are not true. I do not care. I will die on this hill. War with Iran is a catastrophic idea. You are being sold a lie. You are being sold the idea that this will be over in a couple of weeks. You're sold the idea that there will be no American troops on the ground. Let me be clear how Rob Smith stands on Iran. No war with Iran, period.
Iran, hey, how y'all doing? I just want to confirm we're good, right? Like we're good, right? We cool. Cause we ain't got nothing to do with that. I think y'all said we was cool, but I just want to confirm. Cause because I feel as though it gets to a point, but we are not that.
Iran, listen. When they said that the U.S. bombed y'all, I did not do shit. I'm in the house. We the people do not have shit to do with that. I'm speaking for me and my people. So when they said we, no. So go ahead and remove that we real quick. Because we the people don't got shit to do with that. Because Iran, I'm in the house, paying bills, watching Netflix, trying to pay off my student loans. We, the people, don't got shit to do with that. We think y'all very beautiful. We think y'all very cute. Y'all very kind. We don't have shit to do with that. So let's take off that we shit. No. We did not do shit to y'all. So keep me out of that shit. No.
Iran, we the citizens of the United States want to come out and say, we ain't got nothing to do with none of this. Come on, sip a little tea with Auntie. Let's talk about it. A lot of people, when I say a lot of people are taking this for a joke, what is going on, y'all, I don't take it for a joke at one bit. We the people of the United States, Iran, if this video reaches y'all, ain't got nothing to do with none of that. Please don't go messing with our power grids. Y'all can wipe out that credit card debt, because we the people of the United States would love to know what it's like to not have no credit card debt. And all of us need 800 credit scores. Y'all go ahead and do that part. We ain't mad at y'all not one bit. Y'all will affect the people who make the most money anyway. We won't be affected. We appreciate the debt being gone and 800 credit scores so we can buy up some stuff like they able to buy up some stuff. And we gonna take it there, y'all. But Iran, We ain't did nothing. You know, we ain't got no parts. I neither are our military. They just going by command. They being commanded to do certain things. They don't really want to do it. So leave us be. You know, don't mess with the citizens of the United States because we ain't got nothing to do with that. When I say nothing, I mean nothing. We don't want no parts of it. We ain't for what that man is cooking up. We don't we don't support that man. We ain't even vote for that man. We ain't put him in there. Only some of them, the ones that put him in there. You ain't got to get them no 800 credit score or wipe off their credit card debt. Don't go look it up and see who voted for him and who didn't. Help the ones, you know, they ain't had no parts in it. That's it, that's all. Bye, y'all.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers. Message to Iran. Yes, my brothers. This is Black America. Yes, we have nothing to do with what Donald Trump is doing. I just want to say to you, my brothers, remember that joke we was talking about with dude put the comb up and, you know what I'm saying, he had the mustache and we all start laughing and stuff? You know what I'm saying? You remember that? You know, y'all remember that? We cool, bro. Remember, we friends, we brothers, bro. The white folks, they live in Idaho. Y'all, hey, just check the comments. Where are the racist white folks? You know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about the non-racist white folks. You know what I'm saying? The cool white folks, we call them beige, peach, and tan. They like they cool. They saving dolphins and shit. But listen, you know, it's Ramadan. It's Ramadan. You can't even do nothing right now till the sun go down. It's Ramadan. So my brothers and my sisters, just stay away from black areas. You can't. Come on. Don't you want to be down? You know what I'm saying? We got sports. We got all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, we ain't do shit. We just here. We just here. We just now figuring out we indigenous Black Americans. We've been told we from Africa all our damn life. So my brothers, sha-la-la-la-la-la, please make sure you shoot at the people who look like the inside of my hand and not the back of my hand. And if you see some people that look like the back of my hand, chilling with maybe like one person that look like the inside of my hand, but the person from the inside of my hand act like people and look like YNs, you know, but the back side of my hand, then you know that them white folks, they cool. But the rest of them folks, you can go all down south. They gonna point you in the right direction. Idaho. I don't think how many black people in Idaho. I'm just saying. Salam. We out. Peace.
Donald Trump has said we are going to war with Iran. He also said some of you may die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. So this comes after he pulled out of Obama's nuclear deal, Iranian nuclear deal, which did limit how Iran would build their nuclear programs. Trump said it was too weak and it needs to be stronger. So he just pulled out of that deal. And after he pulled out, Iran said, okay, well, we're just going to go back to what we were doing and we're going to start doing our stuff, uranium. And the United States, after pulling out of that deal, tried to do fear-mongering and scare tactics and aggression towards Iran, and it didn't work. So now we are going to war with Iran. But here's what's crazy. Iran said that if the United States starts dropping bombs on them, their hackers will tap into our credit card systems and wipe out everyone's debt and give everybody an 800 credit score. I don't think anyone should be hacking a foreign country. That's wrong. But just hear me out on.
And Iran, like, if you're watching this, like, I just genuinely want to make it clear that you have one target. You have one target. And it's that orange man in the White House. We ain't got nothing to do with this. This man want to start stuff with y'all. We didn't even want to do this, y'all. I promise you, it's not us. Like, we didn't want this. We didn't want this. I'm telling you, we didn't want this. This is Trump's doing. We did not want this. Please spare us. Stop posting timers. We're scared. Please spare us. Thank you.
Black folks, the only war y'all need to be worried about right now is the war that we've been in for 400 years. the war that nobody came to our rescue, the war that the whole world sat around and watched us go through, and nobody had nothing to say or nothing to do to save and to protect us. All right. I know that it's horrible watching all this stuff going on, but right now it ain't your business. And the only thing that we can do is just pray that our Creator is swift and just in the dealings with the United States. The fact that they can go in and bomb a school with 108 girls age 7 to 12, that is their target. I just pray that our Creator gives them the retribution that they deserve for the treatment of people and children and women that the United States has done over and over again for the past 400 years. But again, this ain't our war. This ain't our concern. Will it affect Americans? Yeah, especially if you're in the military. If you're in the military, then yes, you're going to be dragged into this. Other than that, I'm telling you, don't go out to public places right now. You need to just stay home, just do your normal thing and stay out the way. I know a lot of people can't stand that Trump is in office right now, but Trump is doing exactly what he's supposed to do. And I know that sounds crazy to y'all, but he's supposed to be the president right now because he is the one that's going to usher in the change that needs to come in. So I keep saying the same thing over and over again. Prophecy will be fulfilled. Trust me. So don't go getting all emotionally involved in the war. I know it's scary right now, and I see a lot of y'all crashing out, but this ain't your time to crash out. We got bigger wars that we need to fight, wars that we need to come together on, and we need to take a stance for our own well being. It's sad. I'm not going to pretend that it's not. Lives will be lost, and that's things that happen in war, but don't overconsume yourself with what's going on right now. Let America do its thing. Let the United States do its thing because the United States and America are two separate things. Let the United States do its thing. It's going to dig itself into a hole. And we're just going to be here kicking back, watching it happen. And we're going to remain calm and peaceful. We're going to align ourselves. We're going to get ourselves back to our original state before all this chaos came to our land. So just pray right now that the Creator sends his fury onto the United States and that he does it swiftly and that he deals with those people who harm children and who harm women or who harm people and dehumanize them and take away any kind of dignity or justice that they have from them and let everything play out the way that it's going to play out. In the meantime, get outside. And I'm not saying public places, I'm saying go outside and get some sunlight and go put your feet in the grass and go hug a tree and go do all the things that you need to do to connect yourself to nature and eat good food. That's it. Find peace, find calm. I'm gonna start doing master classes on how to reset your nervous system. And this is going to be dealing with all the trauma, even going down into epigenetic trauma. We're going to get all this stuff resolved. So I have clients that I work with right now. As soon as I free up some space, I'm gonna open up a few exclusive spaces and we'll start working little by little, but let's start getting people back on track. Let's start getting ourselves back on track. All right, kick back. It's Sunday. Go enjoy yourself. And remember on the 3rd, we have a blood moon coming. So it's a lot of events that's taking place right now. A lot of stuff, energetic stuff that's going on. So go align yourself. That's it. Don't worry about all this stuff. What you gonna do about it? Not a damn thing. All right. Happy Sunday.
So I'm going to make a prediction. We're heading into day 3 of the US-Iran war. The war which US started, rather, the war which Trump started. This is Trump's war. I reckon we're about 24 hours away from Trump asking for Allied help. And the reason why he's doing that is because now it's obvious that the United States forces in the area are running out of munitions. Gulf states have been hammered by Iranian missiles and their allies. And what's happening right now is that the conflict is escalating outside the region. So Trump is going to start asking the UK, France, all the other NATO members, hey, this is a war of righteousness against an evil enemy. Now, while I say that, Iran's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But this still, in my opinion, could have been thwarted by diplomacy. Trump says, well, Iran wants to talk to us. Iran was talking to you, but you pulled the trigger. You pulled the trigger, Trump. You. This is on you. Those American lives that are being lost is on you. Those innocent civilians, even children who've lost their lives, is on you. It's not on Iran. And I'm not justifying Iran here because they're far from perfect. But you started this war, Trump. You started this war.
Right now, the headlines are talking about war. They are talking about Iran. They are talking about United States. They are talking about missile, retaliation, and casualty. We already had it in the clips that within the short time, American service members have already lost their lives. American families are already grieving. And whenever you hear news like that, the first thing that should come into your mind is the human cost. War is not just something you see on your TV. It is mothers losing sons. It is fathers losing daughters. It is families receiving phone calls that nobody ever wants to receive. And that is exactly why so many of those black Americans were speaking the way they were speaking. What you noticed in those videos is that ordinary Americans, especially black Americans, are making something clear. They are saying, look, we didn't start this. We didn't ask for this. We don't want this war. Now, there is an important message because sometimes governments make decisions and the whole population gets blamed for it. But the reality is very different. The average person in America is not sitting in the White House making foreign policy decisions. Most Americans are just living their lives, trying to pay their bills, trying to take care of their family, trying to survive in this expensive American economy. And that's why you heard so many people in those clips saying that we didn't vote for this man. We don't want war. Leave civilians out of this. Some of them were even trying to joke about it, trying to lighten their mood a little bit. But behind the humor, there's a real concern because when wars start, it's rarely politicians who suffer the most. It's the ordinary Americans who suffer. Now, let's be honest about something that many people pointed out in those clips. For black Americans, there is another layer of this conversation. Many of them feel like they have been fighting their own struggles inside the United States for many generations. You heard one speaker talking about 400 years war, referring to 400 years of injustice, discrimination, and systemic struggles that black Americans have had to face. So when a global conflict starts, many people in the black American community are asking a serious question. Why are we exposed to carry the burden of wars we didn't choose? That doesn't mean that people don't care about soldiers who are losing their lives or innocent civilians around the world. You heard them offering condolences to service members who lost their lives. You heard them in the clips praying for peace and safety. But there is a deeper frustration about how ordinary people are pulled into conflict that were decided far above their head. And this is not the first time that Americans have had this kind of conversation. One of the most powerful moments in those clips came out from that Iraq war veteran. He said he had heard the same argument before, that a war would be quick, that it was necessary, that it would solve a problem. But years later, thousands of lives were lost, and many people started to question whether those wars should have happened in the first place. That perspective from that veteran man mattered because it reminds people that wars look simple at the beginning. Politicians can make speeches, news channels run dramatic headlines, but reality becomes so much complicated once the fightings begin. And that is why the strongest message from those black Americans is not about revenge or escalation. The strongest message is actually about restraint. Many Americans in those videos are saying, let us slow down. Let us think about the consequences. Let's remember that there are millions of people on both sides who simply want to live their lives peacefully. Some of the speakers in those clips were laughing, making jokes, or speaking directly to Iran in a playful way. But the humor comes from a real place. Sometimes when people feel powerful about global events, humor becomes a simple way to deal with that anxiety. And that is something that you viewers should understand watching those clips. They're not trying to disrespect anyone. They're just trying to process a serious situation in the only way that they know how. Black Americans in those clips were making it clear that they want peace, they want stability, they want to focus on struggles that already exist within their own community. They don't want innocent lives anywhere, whether it is in the USA, in Iran, to suffer just because of political decisions. And honestly, that is a message that the whole world should learn from. Let's hope that this war will not escalate into something big. Let's hope that politicians will have conversations that will lead to ceasefire. And to many of your Black Americans who are worried, I want you to remember that God is always with you. God that has protected you for 100 years is still with you. You're gonna come out of this clean. Trust me. And as usual, if you have enjoyed watching what was being discussed in this conversation, I want you to give this video a like and drop down there in the comment section. I am proud to be a Black Mary. If you really want to support me, consider joining the channel membership. The link is down there in the description. That was it for today. Peace and love.